Hey everybody, Cam here with a video on Gamestop GME. Closed at 180.67 today, up only 7 cents on the day, but a pretty strong range with the aftermarket move yesterday following AMC and dip in the morning. Was able to stay green at the end of the day when most indices went red. So if you look left here on the watch list over here, the top all the indices were red, but you know we did have quite a bit of individual names green, right? So from cannabis to cryptos to travel tech, really the FANGs were down and financials were down. So we'll see what's in store for the indices for the rest of the week. But GME today, you know, put a high in at 189.2, low 168. So we pushed through the 180s. Talked yesterday about getting through this 186 fib level, where we do have that drop in volume. So you know, we're going to need to get volume through it. And we zoom in here, we see here on the daily 7.6 million shares traded today. So back-to-back days with, you know, comparatively higher volume than the prior couple weeks. But you know, we go back to the dailies back here into January, in March, still considerably less volume than then. So look to see if interest still picks up for the rest of the week in the GME to see if we can push this up over 200. I'm going to delete this rising line now, as it's kind of just distracting in the way. You know, we kind of do have a double top forming right about here in the 190s. You can even call it triple, right? So we have 185 to the low 190s here, 188 here, 189 here now. So sellers are sitting basically below 190, trying to push this thing down so we can get a break above that. You know, we'll push up into the resistance here around 200 and then try to test the 61.8 fib 208 and then quickly move higher if the squeeze gets moving. But you see zoom here on the dailies, the 9 cross the 2 on 20, the 9 cross the 22 EMA on the daily. You know, it's been basically 3 weeks since that happened. So we'll look to see if this will continue its uptrend going into Wednesday. So here, 5-minute chart, you see we did have the pullback pre-market, sell-off pre-market, consolidated here around 170. You know, it spiked lower to 168. But we look left from yesterday, you know, the 170, 168 area had a, you know, considerable consolidation, right? So first half an hour push yesterday morning, you know, you see get long tops, pull back, push back in it again, consolidate back in, push higher, consolidate back down to that level. So we held this resistance, or excuse me, this resistance area, support area yesterday, today act as support, 170. And if we, you know, we got the 5-minute volume here, you see increased volume on the histogram in that area where we bounced. And then once we held this area, buyers came in, got crossed over on these moving averages, hold them up all day. Midday, essentially have an ascending triangle. So first, you know, first off, before it made that second edge, you kind of had a triangle here, right? Come on, click. You know, that triangle here, and then once this breakout happened, you kind of went to this ascending triangle now on the breakout here and the breakout and hold with further move higher. And then end of the day, you know, we did have some profit taking, 189 back to 180.67 and selling off a little bit lower now after market hours. So we'll have to see if we'll hold up. You know, look for, you know, prior consolidation to act as support. That's going to be about this 178 area from the triangle midday. Also do have this consolidation here right at the end of the day, 178, 176 to look at as potential resistance here after hours, and that does correspond with the 200 EMA here on the 5-minute chart. We'll go back out to the weekly. As I mentioned yesterday too, weekly chart, doji move still in effect. All right, so doji candle last week, doji hammer, and then you like to see the color of the next candle act as the direction that the market's going to go. You know, that's usually the case, and we've had back-to-back green days now, so this is some further confirmation that GameStop could be looking to move higher. So we'd like to see the volume pick up. So last week, 25 million shares traded. This week, 2 days, 15 million shares traded, so that is an increase. And if this breakout does occur through that 190s area, I think that will be a hotbed for buyers to play that breakout play. I think everybody's really watching this area right now. So if that move comes tomorrow, through 190, we could quickly test 200, and then obviously 200 would be a huge psychological level to break to push us up. Obviously, so if you want to follow fibs, next stop would be that 50% fib up in the 240s. You see that better on the daily side charts here. Right, so we do have the consolidation between 240 and 260. We bounced a couple days in there, so we do have some pretty sizable gains to be made once this 190, 180, $200 area breaks. Right, so that's basically a 20% move. So that's what I'm seeing on GameStop. Still looking pretty bullish for this week. We'll have to see what comes out tomorrow with economic numbers, but GameStop usually doesn't follow what the overall indices are doing. But in my opinion, the indices are looking pretty weak right now, and more downside could be in play. So that's what I got for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you taking time to watch the videos, and I'll see you in the next one.